I am Dr. A.S. Manigandan, Assistant Professor, Department of EEE. So the subject is Electrical Machines 1, Unit 1, Law of Electromagnetic Induction and Types of Induced EMF is the topics I am going to discuss with you. So first topic is Law of Electromagnetic Induction. So mainly there are two types of laws, Faraday's law and Lenz's law. So first one is the Faraday's law. So whenever the magnetic flux linking with a conductor changes, an EMF is induced in it. The magnitude of induced EMF is proportional to the rate of change of flux linkages. E is equal to N d pi by dt. Otherwise, we can say that the induced EMF is directly proportional to time rate of change of flux linkages. Consider the magnetic circuit. If there is one core, the core is made up of iron or silicon steel. The coil is wound over the core. The number of turns in the coil is taken as N. When the supply is given, the current flow through the coil. So when the current changes, the flux also changes. So the flux linkage changes automatically and EMF will be induced in the conductor. So Lenz's law, it states that any induced EMF will circulate a current in such a direction so as to oppose the cause producing it. So the EMF will circulate the current. This current is opposite to the cause producing means we can say that supply voltage. To oppose the supply voltage. So we can write E is equal to that is minus opposite which indicates minus indicated by minus N d pi by dt. So the explanation, there is one coil, number of turns in the coil is taken as I. The coil is wound over the core. The core is made up of iron or silicon steel. The two terminal of the coil is connected to the galvanometer and there is one permanent magnet. The permanent magnet is used to induce the magnetic field. So a magnetic field or magnetic flux, we can say that. If the magnet is placed near to the coil means there will be some flux linkages and EMF induced in the coil. The galvanometer indicates the pointer in one direction, and if the permanent magnet is moved away from the coil means, so the flux linkages, there is change in flux linkages and the galvanometer pointer indicates in the opposite direction. If the movement of the permanent magnet is stopped, no flux linkages and there is no EMF induced. This is the basic principle of EMF induced in the magnetic circuit. So mainly there are two rules. One is the Fleming's left hand rule and another one is the Fleming's right hand rule. So Fleming's left hand rule is applicable for DC motor. So what is Fleming left hand rule means? Consider the three fingers of the left hand. Forefinger, middle finger and thumb finger. So stretch the three fingers at right angle to each other. So forefinger indicates the direction of magnetic field. Middle finger indicates the direction of current. Thumb finger indicates the motion of conductor. So second one is the Fleming's right hand rule. This right hand rule is applicable for DC generator. Consider the right hand, three fingers, forefinger, middle finger and thumb finger. Keep the three fingers right angle to each other. Here the forefinger point out the direction of magnetic field. Middle finger indicate the direction of induced EMF and thumb finger will indicate the motion of conductor. So problem, a coil of 50 turns is linked by a flux of 20 milliweber. If this flux is reversed in a time of 2 millisecond, calculate the average EMF induced in the coil. So what are the given data means? Number of turns given 50, magnetic flux 20 milliweber. Milliweber is, you have to convert milliweber into Weber, 20 into 10 power minus 3 Weber. Change in time, 2 millisecond, 2 into 10 power minus 3 second. Change in flux, 20 minus of minus 20. So the first half cycle, the magnetic flux varies sinusoidally. First half cycle it is 20. Again, after 2 millisecond, it is reversed and 20. So 20 minus of minus 20, 40 milliweber. That is equal to 40 into 10 power minus 3 Weber. So the formula to calculate the average EMF induced is E is equal to N d pi by dt. Substitute the values and we get 1000 volt. Problem 4. A coil of 2000 turns surrounds a flux of 5 milliweber produced by a permanent magnet. The magnet is suddenly drawn away, causing the flux inside the coil to drop to 2 milliweber in 0.1 second. What is the average EMF induced? So, given data, number of turns n equal to 2000, flux pi 1 equal to 5 milliweber, another flux pi 2 is equal to 2 milliweber. So, dt is equal to 0.1 second, d pi is equal to the change in flux, 5 minus the difference between the two fluxes, 5 minus 2 equal to 3 milliweber, 3 into 10 power minus 3 Weber. E is equal to N d pi by dt. So substitute the values, we get 60 volt. So next one is the type of induced EMF. So when the magnetic flux linking a conductor changes and EMF is induced in it. So this is the basic principle. There are two types: dynamically induced EMF, statically induced EMF. So first one is the dynamically induced EMF. So what is dynamically induced EMF means? The conductor is moved in a stationary magnetic field in such a way that the flux linking with it changes. The EMF induced in such a way is called dynamically induced EMF. Consider the diagram. The two electromagnets, north pole and south poles, are placed near to each other. The magnetic field is, direction of magnetic field is from north pole to south pole. The center part, it carries one coil, conductor. Here the conductor is moving, the magnetic field is stationary. So it is called as dynamically induced EMF. So flux density is given by B Weber per meter square. L is equal to effective length of the conductor in meter. Here the conductor moved in a direction at right angles to the magnetic field. In a time dt second, the distance moved is taken as dx meter. So area swept by the conductor is equal to L dx meter square. The flux cut by the conductor d pi is equal to flux density in the area swept BL dx Weber. By Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, EMF induced in the conductor is E is equal to N d pi by dt. If the conductor has one turn, N is equal to 1. Now E is equal to d pi by dt, which is equal to BL dx by dt equal to BL into V, where V equal to dx by dt, linear velocity. If the conductor moves at right angles to theta, to the magnetic field, then velocity at which the conductor moves across the field is V into sine theta. So the equation becomes E is equal to BLV sine theta. The flux varies sinusoidally. So it is BLV sine theta. The direction of induced EMF is given by Fleming's right hand rule. Next, the second one is the statically induced EMF. Here the conductor is stationary and the magnetic field is moving or changing. This kind of EMF is called statically induced EMF. Statically induced EMF means here the magnetic field is moving. When the current changes, magnetic field changes, but the coil remains, conductor remains constant. This is called as statically induced EMF. So there are two types: self-induced EMF, mutually induced EMF. So first one is the self-induced EMF. Consider the coil wound over the core and the induced flux is given in the diagram. The supply is given to the coil through the battery and I is the current flowing through the coil. So what is self-induced EMF means? When a coil carries a current, a flux will be set up in it. If the current in the coil changes, then flux linking the coil also changes. This change in flux will induce an EMF in the coil. This kind of EMF is known as self-induced EMF. The magnitude of self-induced EMF is E is equal to N d pi by dt. Next, mutually induced EMF. The EMF induced in a circuit due to changing current in the neighboring circuit is called mutually induced EMF. Consider two coils X and Y placed close to each other. Let current of I ampere pass through the coil X. A part of magnetic flux produced by coil X linked with coil Y. This flux, which is common to both coils X and Y, is called mutual flux. If current in coil X is varied, the mutual flux also varies and EMF induced in both the coils. The EMF induced in coil X is self-induced EMF and EMF induced in coil Y is mutually induced EMF. So next, there are two things, self-inductance and mutual inductance. So consider the coil wound over the core, the supply voltage V and current is the I. So what is self-inductance L means? The property of a coil that opposes any changes in the amount of current flowing through it is called self-inductance. So here N number of turns in the coil, I current in the coil. If the current in the coil changes, the flux linking the coil also changes. This will cause a self-induced EMF in the coil. So general formula E is equal to N d pi by dt. So we can rearrange the term d by dt of N into pi. N pi is directly proportional to current. So E is directly proportional to di by dt. So it becomes E is equal to L di by dt, where L is a constant called self-inductance. So there are two methods to calculate self-inductance. First one is the E is equal to L di by dt. Rearrange the term d by dt of L into I. So another equation E is equal to N d pi by dt. Rearrange the term d by dt of N into pi. From equation 1 and 2 we can write Li is equal to N into pi. L is equal to N pi by I. So second method, magnetizing force H equal to mmf per length. N into I by L, ampere turn per Weber. So here magnetic flux density B is equal to mu naught mu r into H, where H equal to Ni by L. So again pi is equal to B into A. Now substitute the value of B. So mu naught mu r Ni by L into A Weber. Next, flux linkage of the circuit N into pi is equal to mu naught mu r N square I by L into A. So self-inductance, the formula from the method 1, L is equal to N pi by I equal to mu naught mu r N square A by L. So I and I get cancelled. So L equal to, rearrange the terms, N square by L by mu naught mu r A is equal to N square by S. So S equal to reluctance, L by mu naught mu r A. So L equal to N square by S. So next one is the mutual inductance. Consider the two coils X and Y are placed close to each other. If current I1 flows in the coil X, a flux is set up and a part of pi 12 of this flux linked with coil Y. This flux, which is common to both the coil, is called mutual flux pi m. If the current in the coil X changes, the mutual flux also changes and hence EMF induced in the coil Y. So Em directly proportional to di1 by dt. So Em is equal to M into di1 by dt. M is called mutual inductance between two coils. So here also there are two methods to calculate mutual inductance M. Method 1, Em is equal to M di1 by dt equal to d by dt of M into I1. Em is equal to N2 d pi 12 by dt equal to d by dt of N2 into pi 12. From the above expression 192, M I1 is equal to N2 pi 12. From the two equation we can write M equal to N2 pi 12 by I1. Method 2, mutual flux pi 12 is equal to mmf per reluctance. That is mmf is equal to N1 into I1, reluctance L by mu naught mu r into A. So rearrange the terms, pi 12 by I1 is equal to N1 A mu naught mu r by L. So M equal to, from the method 1, N2 pi 12 by I1 equal to substitute the value of pi 12 and I divided by I1. That is N1 N2 A mu naught mu r by L. So again rearrange the terms, M equal to N1 N2 L by mu naught mu r into A equal to N1 N2 by S. So M equal to N1 N2 by S. So next one topic is coefficient of coupling, K, or magnetic coupling. It is defined as the fraction of total flux produced by one coil linking with the other coil. So K is equal to pi 12 by pi equal to pi 21 by pi 2. So M1 equal to N2 pi 12 by I1. Another one M equal to N1 pi 21 by I2. Multiply the equation 192. That is M square equal to N1 N2 pi 12 pi 21 by I1 I2. Here from the first equation K, pi 12 equal to K into pi 1, pi 21 equal to K into pi 2. So M square equal to, substituting the values, K square into N1 pi 1 by I1, N2 pi 2 by I2. So M square equal to K square into L1 L2. From the equation M equal to K root of L1 L2. From this calculate K. K is equal to M by root of L1 L2. Problem. First problem is to calculate mutual inductance between two coils of inductance 16 Henry and 4 Henry. Assume K is equal to 1. So given data L1 equal to 16 Henry, L2 equal to 4 Henry. K is equal to 1. So the formula to calculate mutual inductance, M equal to K root of L1 L2. Substitute the values, we get 8 Henry. Second problem, a coil of 1500 turns carries a current of 10 ampere, establishing a flux of 0.5 milliweber. Find the inductance of the coil. Given data, I is equal to 10 ampere, N equal to 1500, pi is equal to 0.5 milliweber. That is equal to 0.5 into 10 power minus 3 Weber. So L equal to N pi by I. Substituting the values, we get L equal to 0.075 Henry.